The Rabbit and the Ostrich. This is the Daily Dose of Dawn at Dawn, number 96, videos designed to expand your thinking. Today's video is for people who've had a heavy past and are either hyper aware of every single little detail of their life and everyone else's, or people who miss everything, social cues, their own needs, forgetting to pick up bread again. Welcome back to the Happy Matters Collective. If you're joining us for the first time, thank you for being here. So, first, I want to say I am an intuitive empowering coach. I am not a mental health professional or a physician, medical professional in any way. All of my content is about what I experienced in my own life and what I've seen and learned from books and other people's personal experiences. So anything you hear on my channel is not to be construed as medical advice, but to be listened to, put through the U filter to see how you can apply it in your own life. Talk to whomever you feel comfortable talking to about the topic. Okay, so why do we want to learn this? Because there's so much about life to know. The perfect example of this is beating yourself up for 11 years because you're so tired and then finding out you have narcolepsy. Oftentimes we hear something and we're like, oh, that's me. And then we look at it and it solves a puzzle that we have been dealing with. And the only way that happens is if you bring it into your awareness. And that's why listening to videos like this is so important. So the rabbit and the ostrich are hypervigilance and hypovigilance. So I'm only introducing you to the most basic concept of these words. And if something tickles your ear, it's on you to go dig into it, okay? So, how this came into my awareness, I was a rabbit. From a very young age, I noticed everything. I thought it was those Nancy Drew chapter books that I love to read. I thought it was because I wanted to be a detective when I grew up. What it actually was a scared little girl trying to manage everything to avoid bad stuff happening. Noticing when things are out of place, need to be cleaned, or are almost gone, where the yelling comes from. Noticing moods, certain phrases, where everyone is in the room, and how they feel. It's exhausting on top of narcolepsy, analyzing everything that you see and hear. I have ridiculous pattern recognition skills, and they served me greatly once I was able to label the patterns as repetitive or toxic. So the day I heard the word hypervigilance, I read some of the common traits: constant feeling of being on edge, being easily startled, scanning for threats, difficulty relaxing or sleeping, irritability, poor concentration, and overanalyzing people's behavior or tone. These are all stemming from a heightened state of alertness and a persistent sense that something bad might happen. It's often linked to trauma or anxiety. I was like, whoa, is there a picture of me in there too? What's so really wild is that a couple of those are also symptoms of narcolepsy. So, what did I do about it? Okay, so with the newfound information, I just started listening to content about hypervigilance. I have this weird thing with my narcolepsy that I call studyitis. When I try to learn something intentionally, it triggers a sleep episode. I think it's like a performance anxiety, fear of failure thing that triggers it. So I just built a workaround. I learn passively by listening to videos or audiobooks about the topics I want to learn more about. One of the first things that I did was to stop commenting on all the things that I noticed. Someone left the fridge open again. Is it going to do me any good to point it out? No. close the fridge, and move on. As a hypervigilant person, you have to learn to pick your battles because every battle increases your cortisol levels and reinforces the hypervigilance. So, after not commenting on the thing, I started to let myself not notice the things as much. This is where my doing my best to be a no drama llama came in handy. Keep it on the fridge, and because the things you notice, they often lead to drama. Okay, so the opposite of the rabbit is the ostrich, hypovigilance. It's a word I literally just learned last week, and it helped explain a couple of things for me about one of my clients that I'm now more equipped to help. Life never stops giving us lessons, so don't be afraid to dig in. Hypovigilance traits involve reduced alertness, focus, and responsiveness. It's often seen as a difficulty concentrating, poor memory, slow reactions, fatigue, lack of motivation, and trouble staying on task, which a lot of those are also symptoms of narcolepsy. So I'll be bringing this to my group eventually. I don't really have much more to say about it. As I said, I just learned about it. So if that sounds like you, if you have a hard time starting things or finishing things or focusing, and you have some trauma in your past, give it a search, listen to some videos about it, and see if that's you, if you identify with it. Not to diagnose yourself with anything, but like if this helped that person overcome this aspect of that word, and you can try that strategy, and that strategy works for you, then you're on your way to healing more. And that's the goal, is to get through the lessons so you don't stay stuck in a classroom. If this kind of stuff interests you, and let's be honest, if you're still here, it does, because this was kind of a deep video. So go deeper into the comments or the description for knowing yourself next.